I am confident enough in my musicianship to say that I can in fact play the drums, but I'm also humble enough to say that I can't play them very well. I'm not bad, but there's quite a lot of room for improvement. So I've decided that we're going to start this brand new mini series where I relearn how to play the drums after playing for the last 8 years. When I think about learning how to play the drums and doing so through YouTube, I start thinking about YouTube drumming royalty, in which case I consider Drumeo. Unfortunately, I cannot afford a Drumeo subscription, but the Alesis Strata Prime drum kit, which is only a couple of months old, I believe it comes with a 3-month free subscription to Drumeo. So if I bought that, I could get a free subscription to Drumeo. Well, that was a good decision. I'm very happy with the kit. Except I'm just realizing that I don't have a double kick pedal. Usually you'll find that the more expensive electronic drum kits do often not come with the extra hardware. So along with the kit, you also need to buy a kick drum pedal, a hi-hat stand, and a snare stand. When I bought the kit, I also bought a PDP snare stand and hi-hat stand, and just reused one of the old kick drum pedals that I had with my old electric kit, until I was able to finally buy a double kick drum pedal. I got a PDP one just to match with the other hardware. Apparently it is cheap but good quality. This has been sitting in the corner of my room for 4 days, so let's get this unboxed. Left foot, right foot, here is where we put our beater, and this is the connecting bar. We'll connect that end to this, and then this end to this. For a short period of time, I did try and use a double kick pedal on my old kit, which was nowhere near as good as this one, and it just wouldn't work. I'm quite happy to openly admit that I once got so frustrated with my kick drum not triggering the second kick that I pulled the pedal off of it and broke both the drum and the pedal at the same time, and then threw the pedal across the room and haven't touched it since. So it's nice to finally have a drum that will work with the double kick pedal. Although it has some triggering issues I'm sure I'll sort out with the module, it still is great. There's 2 things that we need to look at with this double kick drum pedal. First of all, the obvious, we need to do the Alex Van Halen swingy triplety. We need to go from that swingy double kick use all the way through to the metal stuff like Joey Jordison and Eli, just Slipknot basically, and everything in between. I'm assuming the progression starts off with a consistent kick in both beats and fills. This is going to sound awful. Kind of had it. I need to mess up for about a minute straight, and then it kind of molds into doing it right. And then in fills, and then you start doing, little bursts like a. And just building on from there. The other thing that I need to work on is getting my right foot used to playing the new pedal, which is bigger and better than my old one. And with the double chain and the fact that it's bigger and beefier, I guess, it takes more strength with my leg to get it to work. So when doing I call it my Dave Grohl foot technique because I learned it for. That was bad, but you get my point. I need to get my right foot used to the new pedal, and a big reason for that is, of course, the strength issue, but more importantly, I'm doing accidental ghost notes, basically. yeah, just random extra notes, which I think is just because I'm either not pushing it back into the kick drum as good as I used to, or I'm letting it, or it's rebounding more. I don't know. So I need to fix that. To fix all of that, and more importantly, my god-awful technique and playing ability with the drums, we need some plans and a few goals to work towards. My official job title is, I believe, private music teacher. My unofficial and preferred job title that I have given myself is specialist instrumental private music teacher / tutor. So I should have a general idea and understanding of the basics of drums, piano, guitars, bass, and should be able to use this knowledge to build some kind of program. Rudiments, the building blocks, the foundation. We need to play single, double, etc. stroke rolls, plus variations of that. We need to do all the different types of paradiddles. We need to do flams, leading with both left and right hands. And we need to do all of these stuff, plus all of their different own variational things, all to a metronome. Metronome. I never use a metronome. The best that you'll get is me tapping my foot, hopefully to some sort of consistent time, while I'm playing guitar. When I'm training the drums, one of my students doesn't practice piano, he trains the piano, and I like that, it's fun. When I train the drums, I just play along to songs and my own music and try and keep it steady. So I don't ever use a metronome, and obviously I should. So that's one of the biggest things that we need to do. All of those stroke rolls, paradiddles, flams, etc., all with a metronome. Each of these rudiments needs to have their own workouts. So for our rolls, what we'll do is maybe a doubling kind of thing, where we play one note per hand, then double stroke roll, quadruple stroke roll, octuple stroke roll, 16 stroke roll, and just do 16 hits with each hand, pyramiding that up and down and doing whatever I want with that, going one then doubles, one then quadruples, one then eighths, whatever, I don't know. But that's the general idea, which also makes me think of the Alice Tapario single to double exercise, where you do 16th notes, 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander with singles, and then you switch to doubles at the same speed, and do that again with a metronome. That reminds me of Drumeo. Before I get distracted, paradiddles, we'll do just around the kit, so like hi-hat and snare, right, left, right, left, right, left, switch it and move it all around. We can do the exact same thing for all of the flams. Play it all around the kit and make it, Dave Grohl it, not growl. Dave Grohl it, and by that I mean do what Dave Grohl does. So Teen Spirit, get the kick involved, do like the intro fill for Higher by Creed, and get my flams working and moving it backwards around the kit, doing Ringo style leading stuff because left-handed, then normal sort of thing. Right, that's the general idea. We need to set up Drumeo. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, because of the Alesis and Drumeo partnership, if you buy an Alesis kit, they might offer you a free subscription to Drumeo, which you do get with the Strata Prime, which I've purchased, so I can get a code and activate a 90-day free trial of Drumeo. I very quickly got carried away. I've already looked through the entire Drumeo website and it's awesome. I found some Foo Fighters transcriptions, and that was a good buy because now I've got this for free. Front page, Greg Bissonette, Eloy's over here. If I go to the left, I have workouts, which shows me the 30-day independence course that is going to be very interesting to watch. And just a little bit under that, we have rudiments. I found out that there is such thing as a 17-stroke roll. 17-stroke roll before we switch to paradiddles and flams and stuff like that. I'm going to explore what's a drag. I'm going to explore all of that probably later tonight or something, I don't know. But not yet. This has made me, not this, the Foo Fighters transcriptions has made me think back to me about 6 months ago. Before I bought this kit, I had a genius idea to try and learn how to play some Foo Fighters songs because I think Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins are both incredible masters of drumming, and I wanted to learn some of their stuff, especially because the rhythms are always very interesting. Like Monkey Wrench and stuff has got that. I think it's a 5/4 bar of rest and whatever it is. I was gonna learn some Foo Fighters songs, and then I realized that I can't play Foo Fighters on my kit because my kit doesn't work, and I get frustrated because it doesn't work. And I tried for a week or so to learn a Foo Fighters song, and it wasn't working because the kit wouldn't trigger the kicks when I needed it to, and I ended up getting really mad and just aborted the whole mission until I bought the new Strata Prime, and I feel like that is actually an option now, which has made me think, after we do our rudiments, we should then probably work on playing beats and fills, especially now that we've got the double kick pedal, trying to, add that into things. But at the end, we need goals. And by goals, I mean some songs that I want to be able to play and some different styles of beats that I'd also like to play. First thing that I can think of is doing, like end goal, doing a Foo Fighters song. I don't think Everlong is the hardest one that I can choose. I think that's kind of a little bit more than medium range. So if I say I want to be able to play Everlong, I'd also really, really want to play No One Knows from Queens of Stone Age. We'll go Times Like These, or All My Life. That's what the Foo Fighters opened with on both the Monday and Wednesday when they were in Melbourne. I went to both nights and it was incredible. Queens of Stone Age, also amazing. No One Knows is the second song I ever performed. First was Get Back by the Beatles, then it was No One Knows, and then I think it was Smoke on the Water. I also want to think about a double kick groove, something simple. Well, not simple, but something achievable. Down with the Sickness. Down with the Sickness has got some sort of double kick thing underneath a tom-tom thingy. I don't know. Down with the Sickness uses a cool double kick thing. So maybe do something by them. And then in 10 years we can go from Disturbed and look at Slipknot. Smells Like Teen Spirit just popped into my head. I can play most of it, not all of it, but that would be very good to maybe start with, figuring out how to play that properly and accurately, and then starting adding everything else. All of these things should be pretty much their own episode. So an episode on rudiments, episode on the beats and fills, and then episode on learning probably each of those songs. I'll spend the rest of tonight figuring out Drumeo, and I'll also try and come up with some extra workouts. But I think that's it. Very excited for this series. I'll see you in part 2. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next video.